or Not is a new movie that is out of theaters now. It stars Samara Weaving as Grace, a bride who meets her in-laws at their enormous mansion where the wedding takes place. And on her wedding night, it is tradition in this family to play a game. And she picks hide and seek after picking a card that says hide and seek. And now the family is out to get her. This game of hide and seek becomes deadly. This is a movie that's been on my radar for a while. It looked very intriguing. I wasn't really sure, though, what the quality of this movie would be. Luckily, I had a lot of fun with this movie. There's definitely some things in here that bothered me. But for the most part, this is a fun, dark comedy. It's also violent. I think this is a very well-made movie. I love the lighting in this movie. It's a very somber kind of lighting and tone for this movie. And I think the color palette really works. There's certain colors in here I don't think any other kind of directors would think of when it comes to this type of movie. Lots of lighter colors and then set against a backdrop of a mansion that's really dark. So I like the contrast there between what the characters wear and their clothes and the actual backdrop and the background and the scenery. The cinematography is amazing. It's a very well put together movie, and it looks awesome, and its color paletting and lighting is really smart when you think about it. Samara Weaving, who I for some reason think looks like Margot Robbie, that's who I thought it was. It is not Margot Robbie, it is Samara Weaving. She does a really good job in this. It's Hugo Weaving's niece. Yes? Yes. Hugo Weaving's niece. She does a really good job. She's the character who's also the most fleshed out. I can get a sense of the fear, but also the bravery in this character as well. And that's something I really, really liked about this character. Every other character is just kind of there to exist, to have a movie, to play the game of hide and seek, and then to either get ganked or some part of this thing that they think is going to happen. The other characters are just kind of cardboard. There's nothing really to them. So there's a lack of character development there, as opposed to what we get with Samara Weaving's character. I also like the satire in this movie, that it's kind of a satire on rich families. Not saying that all rich families are like this, not saying that all rich families are bad, but that's kind of what it is. It's a satire on the rich, because, I mean, they're holding this wedding at this mansion, they got a lot of money. Obviously, this mansion is just humongous. That's why it's called a mansion. There's pictures everywhere, huge yard, lots of landscape, and all that. It just goes to show sometimes the greed that some rich families can have. Again, not all of them, but that some can have. And I think that played out really well, especially with the dark comedy stuff. I just love when one lady just goes, "All right, brown-haired niece." I'm like, that's perfect. That's awesome. There's a lot of comedy in here that is played for dark comedy, and I think they do a good job balancing that with the dark, suspenseful horror tone. And it led to a lot of fun in the movie. Some of the kills in the movie, yeah, there's one where this girl gets shot in the mouth with an arrow. I was like, that was unexpected. My issues with the movie are really the characters themselves, and some of those characters that actually betray the little development that they have, like Adam Brody's character. What side was he on? He kept backstabbing everybody. Like, dude, pick a side, man. And I also feel like that the third act of this movie kind of detracted from the first two. The first two acts of this movie were more of a cat and mouse game, whereas the third one focuses on this thing. And with a movie like this, you have to really stick the landing. This, I feel, mostly stuck the landing, but for the third act, the third act did work. It's just, for me, it felt a little, I wanted more of the cat and mouse, I guess. I wasn't opposed to what happened in the third act, because that's what the movie was building to. At least they kind of talked about it. But I wanted more of the cat and mouse, because when it's a cat and mouse game like that, I mean, it's literally hide and seek. That's where I'm having the most fun, because I'm wondering how she's going to escape these different situations. Not that I wasn't wondering that with the third act, but the third act just feels so different compared to the first two acts, where it was a cat and mouse game, and then the third act is just something entirely different. The movie at least builds to it. It doesn't just leave it out in the open, and it doesn't just come out of left field, thank God. But, again, I had more fun with the cat and mouse stuff than with what transpires at the end of this movie, and we have characters that just betray their characters again. Those are really my issues with the movie. I think this is a fun movie you can watch with a bunch of friends. I think it's better than I thought it was going to be. I was hoping that this would be one of my favorites of the year, especially now that it's getting positive buzz. Unfortunately, it's not, but I still had a fun time with this movie. I'm going to give Ready or Not a B. Guys, thank you for watching my review of Ready or Not. You guys are the best. I will leave all my links to my social media accounts in the description below. My name is Alex Madden, and I'll see you at the movies somewhere.